sub-region. Earlier, the Campaign for Human Rights and Development International Chartery has in a press release called for an urgent reform and accountability in the judiciary. Chartery said recent events and trends have revealed a critical erosion of public confidence in the judicial system due to perceived bias and corruption, lack of transparency in court proceedings, inefficient and delay-prone justice system, erosion of judicial independence, and poor working conditions that is negatively impacting judiciary workers in Sierra Leone, undermining the country's ability to deliver justice and uphold the rule of law. In light of the above, Chadi is now calling for comprehensive reforms to address the root causes of public distrust, including measures to ensure judicial independence, increase transparency, and streamline court procedures. Abdul M. Fatoma, Chief Executive Officer of Chadi, notes a shift in public perception of the judiciary and emphasizes that according to the UN-based principles on the independence of the judiciary, judicial independence is a right of individuals seeking justice, not a privilege of the judiciary. Campaign for Human Rights and Development International Chartery is a right-based social policy advocacy organization that draws attention to the responsibility of duty bearers to uphold human rights and seek to support rights holders to claim their rights. President Julius Maada has called on Africans to take control of how the world sees their continents. In a keynote speech, he urged action to reclaim Africa's narrative. Our status correspondent, Musiri, brings us more details.
Speaking under the theme, Changing Narrative Vision, African and Transformation of Africa, President Julius Maada said, outsiders have dominated African story for too long. He warned that these portrayals shape their opinions and damage how Africans see themselves. President Bio called for a shift where Africans control their own image.
I see a profound shift, ladies and gentlemen, and I hope you see it too. From Cape Town to Cairo, Freetown to Djibouti, Africans are awakening to the power of what I call quotidian African agency. And that is our capacity to make choices, act independently, and shape our destinies. This daily African agency involves farmers using innovative agricultural techniques, tech entrepreneurs developing solutions for local challenges, artists reclaiming our cultural narratives, and students questioning established norms while envisioning new possibilities.
He used the term quotidian African agency to highlight everyday efforts by citizens driving change. He pointed to Sierra Leone's approach 5 focus areas: food security, human capital, youth jobs, technology and infrastructure, and public service reform. He pushed for epistemic agency, lifting Africa's lead in research, education, and global thinking.
This is not a far-off utopia. The fundamental elements are already being assembled through initiatives like the AFCFTA, the APRM, and various regional integration efforts. The critical question is not whether this future is achievable, but whether we will act with enough urgency, unity, and strategic vision to realize it. Changing the narrative about Africa involves more than just a shift in perceptions. It is about fundamentally transforming our realities. It is about building the Africa we want, and shaping the international order we deserve. It is about telling a story of hope, resilience, and opportunity, not as public relations, but as a lived experience for all Africans.
The president urged African unity on issues like climate change, trade, and governance, reminding the audience of the 1963 founding of the Organization of African Unity. His remarks earned applauses from guests including WTO's Ngozi Nkonjo-Iweala and students from the Oxford African Society.
Our continent restore its dignity and secure its future. It will not be easy, but it is not beyond our reach. Africa is waiting. Africa is watching. The world is listening. History is waiting. Thank you.
President Bio's message, African must lead the transformation of their continent. For Slbc TV News in Freetown, Hawamosue reporting from State House.
The Wilberforce Village Veteran Football Club has handed over the refurbished community health center to the people of Wilberforce Village. The newly refurbished health center will provide modern healthcare services to people of the community, thereby boosting healthcare delivery in that part of the country. Mohamed Naminture reports.
The Wilberforce Community Health Center in Sierra Leone has been undergoing rehabilitation and renovation as part of a broader effort to improve health services in the area. The newly rehabilitated facility, located near Wilberforce Municipal Primary School, provides an adolescent youth-friendly service for the people. The rehabilitation of the facility was facilitated by the Wilberforce Village Veteran Football Club and other two donors. They reconstruct some new buildings with basic facilities provided that has given a facelift to the health center. Mama Sharif, midwife of the hospital, expressed gratitude for the facility as she reflected on the previous health center.
I'm so amazing, so good. I'm really happy. I'm really happy to see this kind of privilege of giving to us, Wilberforce CSC, comparing the past, as we are suffering. Where especially for pregnant women and then the under fives, and even general. For us delivering that labor ward was not easy for us. It was very difficult to stand at the drainage. A lot of water, it's like outside. We suffered a lot. In fact, as for me, I was about to take an refer.
Chair Lady Wilberforce Market Nana Kama said had long been neglected because of its condition, but said the present facility will ensure good health in the community.
We feel good. We as a market woman, them, we picking and go sick, then go get cold. We know say we don't get good hospital where we go rush for bring them come with no regrets. And we know say sickness not so we portion, but we all they look for this kind of opportunity. We know say other people then they look for this opportunity.
Many other residents like Musa Kamano said the facility will not only help the Wilberforce community but also surrounding communities. Other community stakeholders assure the people for continued support and promise to hold maintenance as a key pillar with monitoring groups set for the smooth running of the health center. Wilberforce Village Veteran Football Club is typically composed of retired or semi-retired players who continue to play for leisure, fitness and social connection. Slbc News, Mohamed Laminto reporting.
The Minister Ministry of Health, in collaboration with UNFPA and the Embassy of Iceland, have commemorated the International Fistula Day. The theme for this year is Our Health, Our Rights, Shaping the Future Without Fistula. The theme underscores the collective commitment to raising awareness and steer action against obstetric fistula that affects millions of women around the world. Abdul Masari reports.
I'm not taking Kenema village. I'm telling you.
The event held at UU Building brought together health officials, representatives from international organizations, local NGOs like the Aberdeen Women's Center, traditional leaders, and survivors of fistula to share stories, discuss challenges, and outline strategies for prevention and treatment. The gathering highlighted the urgent need for improved maternal health services and better access to surgical care for affected women. Chief Minister Dr. Moinina Sengeh emphasized the importance of collaboration in tackling obstetric fistula to ensure that no woman suffers from fistula due to lack of access to quality health care.
To prevent and certainly is delayed in reaching them for their rehabilitation. And what this means is that about 2,700 women and girls in our country are living with obstetric fistula in Sierra Leone by some estimates. And many of them live in remote and underserved communities.
He urged all to put hands on deck to eradicate fistula before 2030. Ambassador and survivor of fistula, Betty Sama said she experienced fistula after her third pregnancy when she had a serious complication in childbirth. She added that fistula made her to migrate from Bo to her village because of the stigma she was having with friends and people around her.
So do you have a complete woman? This sick way you get her, no result. You survive, and you get hope to God. Because me there I be discouraged. If I don't bless that Dr. Sayo and God, I make a direct together the among the company money. I know the among crowd, I know the among who said two people in I ain't send one other. So they are the government. Put her on this sick. We are gonna sick shameful, and they make man they come up here. Go fish and go everywhere.
The event featured a series of statements focusing on various aspects of fistula prevention, including enhancing maternal health care, increasing community awareness, and improving surgical interventions. Experts from the UN shared insights into global efforts to combat fistula, while representatives from Iceland highlighted their immense support in championing fistula and improving women's health in developing countries like Sierra Leone. The event wrapped up with a call to action for all stakeholders to join hands in eradicating obstetric fistula by 2030. SLBC News, Abdul Mansari reporting.
As the number of mpox cases continues to increase in the country, with both western urban and rural areas recording the highest cases, several efforts are now being put in place to combat the transmission rates. One among such efforts is awareness raising. EDSA's Respite Project Implementation Team has joined the bandwagon to embark on mpox sensitization